Every business owner needs a clearly defined leadership model for their business. You cannot afford to be in business without clearly defining the model that you and your leaders are to be functioning in. I want to give you a high-level overview of the catalytic leadership model that we've created at Integrity Leadership Development, Inc. I believe that it has the potential to transform your business and the bottom line productivity and profitability of your organization. So let's begin thinking about catalytic leadership. What is involved in catalytic leadership? Well, the first thing that we want you to think about is the concept of servant leadership. Catalytic leadership begins with servant leadership. Servant leaders are people who are primarily servants and then secondarily leaders. People that are servant leaders understand that effective leadership needs to create a relational environment in any organization. The first step that leaders need to take in the direction of their people is a step where they are consumed with the growth and the development and of the success of their people. So catalytic leadership, the kind of leadership that transforms organizations, begins with servant leadership. But there's a second component to catalytic leadership, and we call that transformational leadership. The most effective leaders in this world are the leaders who themselves are in the process of change and transformation. Ineffective leaders are leaders who remain in a state of stagnancy. Those are leaders who've stopped growing, and the world is filled with those kinds of leaders. But people that are transformational leaders wake up every single day of their lives, and their passion is to grow. Their passion is to experience change and transformation through any given day of life as they encounter the people, the events, and the circumstances of their lives. But what is so significant about transformational leaders is that they view themselves as a catalyst of change in the lives of other human beings, only to the degree that they are agents of change in other people's lives do they believe that they are effective as leaders. When servant leaders and transformational leaders are leading a group of people, there's another significant component to the catalytic leadership model, and it's what we call situational leadership. Situational leadership teaches us that there is no one best leadership style. Situational leaders are leaders who seek to create a synergistic environment. Servant leaders create relational environments. Transformational leaders create learning environments. But in the context of situational leadership, situational leaders are leaders who are constantly assessing the task-specific readiness of their people. They assess the level of skill, the level of competency, the ability of their people, but they also assess what we call the level of will, the level of motivation that their people have to complete a task. When you put these three things together, servant leadership, transformational leadership, and situational leadership, these three circles are interrelated and they are overlapping, and each of them supports the other. When leaders provide this kind of leadership, they ultimately create a world of change, a world of transformation. The bottom line productivity and profitability of your business is dependent upon your leaders. You need catalytic leaders, and it is this model of leadership that will transform your organization like no other.